It's cheating to have people judge you for something that when you feel like what you're doing isn't wrong. And it
Hello and welcome back to the channel, you guys. This is the Great Conversations, and we have a new video for you today. But before I get into the video, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into the video. This is a woman that is suing a school district in Florida because they found out she had an OnlyFans, so she cannot volunteer at the school anymore because she has an OnlyFans, and they found out about it, and she's trying to sue the school district. So let's get right into it without further ado.
Right now, the Orange County School District is facing a potential $1 million lawsuit.
It comes from a parent who was a steady volunteer at the school where her children attend. Watch News' Greg Fox reports she's no longer allowed to volunteer because of what she does for a living.
I would say that it's nobody's position to judge what anybody does in their private life.
Victoria Treese has 2 children at Sand Lake Elementary in Orange County. She's been volunteering for 5 years, but was told 2 weeks ago she could no longer donate her time and spend more time on campus with her kids. This is why. Her occupation, working in the adult entertainment industry. We're showing you images found on her public social media sites, not unlike what you might see at the beach. But she does have a private subscription site where she earns a living called OnlyFans. Another parent sent images from that site to school administrators, leading to Treese's dismissal.
And you know, here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop it right there because I want people to really understand, especially you women out there. This is an adult industry. You are not too far away from being a porn star. You're literally just a tier down from being a porn star, depending on what you're doing on OnlyFans. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of things that go on OnlyFans. I've seen women pretty much do everything on there. Do everything. They get banged out. They get gang banged. Like they stick things up there. They have all types of machines. They pretty much do it all. The only thing about it is you're not working for a particular industry. You're not working for a particular production company. You're able to control that all yourself, which is fine. I really have no problem with OnlyFans. I have no problem with Instagram. I have no problem with all of it. The thing that women have a problem with this is that, one, you don't consider it adult work, which it is. You're an adult work star. This is what you're doing. You're doing porn. It's just porn. You can sit here and you can lie to yourself saying it's not porn, it's tasteful, it's this and that. I've heard so many women twist themselves into a pretzel trying to convince themselves that what they're doing is not adult work. It is. It's adult work. You're no better than a porn star or a stripper. Let's just make that clear. The second thing is, she said she's like, I don't understand why you don't think what you're doing doesn't have consequences. There are consequences to these things. And of course, if you looked at her hands, she's not married. She could be divorced or whatever. Who knows? But she feels like the school is attacking it. No, the school is protecting the children. You have to protect the children. And on top of all of that, protect her children. If she can't do it, the school stepped in to protect their children, her children. And go, why would you think that you can have it all? Why do you think you can just walk into a public school when people know you have an OnlyFans? This woman has no care in the world for her kids as well. And why do I say that? It's because kids have access to everything these days. Let's be honest. They could do a facial recognition on your mom. Her OnlyFans is going to pop up. What do you think those kids at school are going to do? They're going to start finding videos of your mom online. You're going to get teased. And the trolling and the bullying wasn't like it was when I was in school. At some point, it stopped when you got home. You had a sigh of relief. At this point in time, no. These kids don't. it's online. If they have a Facebook, it's online. If they have an Instagram, it's online. If they have a Twitter, it's online. They're going to get bullied relentless. And she don't care about that. Obviously, she does not care about that. At this point in time, she is doubling down. She's like, I'm going to double down. So, yeah, what? I got an OnlyFans. I don't care. I'm still going to show up to your school and embarrass my kids even more. And this is what men have been saying for so long. And shout out to Kevin Samuels. He's been telling women, and other red pill content creators have been saying the same thing. Yeah, you have an OnlyFans. Yes, you have an Instagram. Yes, you have a Twitter with sexual content on there. Guess what? There's a consequence to that. This is one of the consequences. Administrators in public spaces do not want adult stars just walking around in their buildings. Especially when there are children involved, when there are kids involved. And that looked like a high school. Was that high school or middle school? I can't tell. But it was a school where you pretty much know that every other kid in there, maybe 9 out of the kids in there probably got smartphones, if not all of them, and can look your mom up. Not a care in the world, and here she is sitting there talking about they're humiliating me. You humiliated yourself. I'm pretty sure the school probably kept it quiet, was like, we'll just keep this on the wraps and we'll just say that you couldn't volunteer anymore. But we're not going to say why. You're the one who brought it to the light. Most times schools won't even tell you. Most times schools won't even bring this to light because of the lawsuit. I've worked in the legal field for 10 years. I know that's what the school's going to do. But anyway, let's continue.
It's humiliating to have people judge you for something that when you feel like what you're doing isn't wrong, in a sense. I don't think that my job and what I do privately that has no regards to anybody else in anybody else's world besides my own.
And see, there we go. I feel when that's just not true. She said it only affects her world and nobody else's. What about your kids' world? What about the neighbors of your kids? What about the friends of your kids? What about the other parents that were friends with you in this volunteering? How do you think they're going to look at those other parents that were volunteering with you and even stick up for you and go, well, I don't agree with it, but I don't want her around my kid now? How many times have you seen something where some female teacher or female volunteer, 29, 30 years old, 40 years old, sleeping with some 15-year-old, getting pregnant? How many times have we seen that? Dozens. I can't even count on my fingers how many times this has happened. I can't even think about what this has happened. I can't even. There's been so many of them. It's ridiculous. You can't even count them. And she is humiliating. She was humiliated. That's legal jargon. That's what the lawyer has coached her to say. Let's be honest. That's what the lawyer has coached her to say. I've worked in the industry for 10 years. I'm not stupid. Those are trigger words. Right? And we both know that's just a bunch of bull. But we're supposed to just let my kid, especially my daughter, think that it's okay for you to volunteer and be in these public spaces, these educational institutions, when my daughter sees you on a daily basis, or anytime there's some type of event where you have to volunteer, and she thinks that, oh, I can go do that and still volunteer at my local high school or middle school? No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. But anyway, let's continue.
Attorneys notified the district they intend to sue for at least $1 million.
What authoritarian mentality allows somebody to point a discriminating finger at somebody and say, we don't approve of you and you can't be around children? That becomes frightening.
Treese passed a background check required under the district's Additions Volunteer Registration site. Nowhere on the form we reviewed does it ask for a person's occupation. Once notified of an impending lawsuit, district officials have told Treese she can chaperone field trips, but may only supervise her own children. I reached out to the Orange County School District offices for any comment on this story and was told they don't comment on pending litigation. In Orlando, Greg Fox, West 2.
And that's the end of the video. But let's be honest. Let's play our game again. Let's play their game again. What if you put the shoe on the other foot? Because I've seen this shoe on the other foot. And then let me just take you back when I was in high school. I had a teacher, and I'm not going to say his name, but he was a Brazilian underwear model. He was from Brazil. He was an underwear model, and he was a geographic, World Geographic teacher, if I can remember. World Geography. Sorry, I apologize. World Geographic. World Geography teacher. I apologize about that. But that's what he did. When they soon found out that this teacher and his wife were both underwear models, and his wife was a swimsuit model, they were both Brazilian. When they found that out about him, he was let go. He was able to finish out the year, but he was let go. And I remember he put an email out to all the parents. He put an email to all the parents. And I remember I had his class that year. Put an email out to all the parents that he said that he was being let go, and he wasn't able to talk about why he was let go. But then it came apparent soon after why they let him go, because his wife had came out and just said why he was let go. And they were very upset because he lived in the same community I lived in. I used to see him at the store when I was a kid, when I was in school. And when my parents found out that this is why he was let go, my parents were like, you got to be kidding me. That was like 10 years ago. Who cares how he did that 10 years ago? But this woman is currently doing it. She's currently working in the industry. It wasn't like this was 10 years ago. She's currently doing it. So it's a complete difference. Men, you have better figure out. You better listen to what they are saying. You wouldn't get a lawyer to be up there with you. You think if you were some porn star, you were just doing some OnlyFans, and you were banging some woman on OnlyFans, and they found out you were doing this, you wouldn't be able to get a lawyer. You wouldn't have a case. You would not have a case. There wouldn't be a lawyer in Florida to take your case. They wouldn't care. You better start listening to what these people are saying, because they don't care about you. This woman was able to file a lawsuit against the school district because she had an OnlyFans. Women, there are consequences for you working in that industry, and this is one of them. You're not going to be able to just move everywhere you want to go. This is still it's still a taboo thing. It's still very stigma. You're working in the adult sex industry. And you think a school should just let you in willy-nilly to volunteer for things, when that's the very thing they want to prevent girls from doing. It's bad enough that girls can just hop on a webcam and just show anything these days. And yet you're just walking into school. Now, what kind of message would the school be sending if they just let a bunch of OnlyFans workers just volunteer for events every weekend or every day? What kind of message would they be sending? So come on, I don't want to sit here and hear the bull. But men, like I said, you had better listen to what's being said, because you could not move this way. You can't. And the contradictions. She was humiliated. Pretty sure the school was humiliated when they found out they had an OnlyFans woman volunteering. Come on. Her kids are humiliated. Now that it's all out there, your kids are most likely going to be teased. Did you think about that? But anyway, like I said, Gentlemen, you better protect yourself out there. You better protect yourself. And like always, till next time, stay dapper.